Hello and welcome to the fourth video for our Dreamweaver assignment, recreating a web page. In the last video we looked at how to set up the Spring HTML page, and the last thing that we did was insert this picture of fiddleheads here. And if you'd notice, there was a bit of space to the right. It was not as close to the bottom as it could be, so there's a couple things that we could do to play around with this formatting and how it fits. First thing that we could do is we could take the slider and adjust the width of our column. If you were to take it over to all the way to the right, you notice that this image would fit a lot nicer. The next thing that we can go ahead and do is select this bottom two rows here, and you can delete them. What we'll see is in order to have the last two images that we'll need fit properly, we're actually going to have to go in the bottom here and insert a table consisting of only one row. So we want to insert a table consisting of one row and two columns. Press OK. Again, we'll have to center align this. Set the background to white. And now that it's set up, we're able to sit in and insert the pictures that we'll need at the bottom. So the first image on the left is the spring maple. And the image on the right is spring plants. Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. Here's the right cell. It can be a little tricky. Again, if you find these that they're moving all over the place, you can move them around a bit easier to see. Spring plants. Now it's in the proper spot. The very last thing you can do, if you notice, we still need our rounded corner at the bottom, so we can insert an image there. Corner's bottom. And now if we were to center align our work to get this image in the center, save it. If we were to preview this in Internet Explorer, we should have a page that looks similar to what I've got here. Now that we've had a chance to finish the spring page, it's time to move on to the summer page. So we've already had a chance to put the top image and the icons. We have to now give some consideration to what the web page is going to look like and how many rows and how many columns we need to insert. So let's have a look at a completed HTML file for summer. Here's what the summer page will look like, as our icons at the top, our title and heading 1, introductory blurb, and then we have essentially two columns with a description and an image underneath. So here we have festivals with an image of a festival underneath. Here we have attractions in our other column with a description and a picture underneath. So I'm not actually going to show you how to set this one up, but I will show you how you can get this text to be on the exact same plane. So I want you to actually think about what is the setup that you would have to try to achieve to get this. I want you to try to come up with it on your own. What I'll show you next is a little trick how to get these text or titles to line up evenly. So what you'll see next is my interpretation of how I think it should be set up and how we can get those titles to line up evenly. Alright, through the magic of editing, I've been able to go through and get started on this. I've got my summer heading 1 title there. I've got my first blurb of information pertaining to summer. And then I've got my first two descriptors. I got festivals and attractions. And although it might be hard to see on your screen, they're not actually lined up perfectly. So what we can do, very similar to aligning photos, we can actually align this information or this text with what's known as the horizontal or vertical. So we're concerned with where does this line up and down, or vertically within this cell. If we want to have it at the very top, we simply select all our text and make sure that this feature here says top. Well, they're very subtle. It'll ensure that when we look at our web page, if I were to save this and to preview it, would ensure that our text lines up perfectly, one title with the other. So again, I'm not going to walk you through the remainder of the video. I'd like you, learning what you have in the previous films, to see if you can come up with or figure out the remaining of the formatting and how to put the rest of this page together. If you are experiencing any problems, just let me know and I'll come around to help you out.